Hello my dear Capricorn, this is your love and spirituality reading for the time between May 1st and May 15th, 2018 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. I read for the signs in the order of most liked videos. I have also put up a voting for the final order to read in, so don't forget to hit the thumbs up button for your sign, so it will be among the first I will read for the next time around. So I have put astrological information for the month of May in a video of its own that you can check out in my playlist Q&A. You can also find it at my webpage www.queenofcupstarot.se. This month I'm doing a collaboration with my friend and mentor Miri to present her brand new channel, Emia Soleil Dreamwork. So please check it out and subscribe to her channel. For this reading, I used the Osho Zen Tarot by Deva Padma, and I will start shuffling your cards. So, when I open your deck here, I see aloneness and letting go. So it might be that you are going through some hard time, Capricorn, and you might feel abandoned and a little bit victimized. But this is something like, it's something that you need to let go of, that you're holding on to too tightly. So you are kind of confusing happiness with this, and happiness can only come from inside of you. We see this hermit, he's kind of spreading his own little dim light in the world. Okay, so we'll see where it goes with this, but it seems like you are kind of hesitating to let go, or maybe you know that you need to let go of something, but it's very sad, or someone has letting go of you. Okay, so I pulled the divine with love and light, and here we have existence together with the letting go. So when we strip away the things in our lives that make us miserable, what we have left then is just ourselves and our own energy. So this is about aligning more with who you truly are and stripping away the things on the outside world that isn't truly you. Okay, so I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and here we have intensity. It's the Knight of Wands with this letting go card. So Knight of Wands, intensity, it might be a Sagittarius person in your life, or a fire person, or some kind of because the Knight of Wands is in reverse, it might be like a not so genuine person in your life that's just in and out of your life, and you need to let go of them because they are not bringing you happiness, only misery. Okay, you can be very lonely sometimes with certain people that doesn't really give themselves to you fully. Okay, they just give crumbs of themselves to you. Okay. So I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, and here we have 2 8s, 8 of cups and 8 of pentacles, ordinariness and letting go. Sometimes we do not want to let go of these exciting things in our lives, even if they are destructive, because then what? Okay, then it's only you and your life, and ordinariness, going to school in the morning, going to work in the morning, doing your chores, coming home, watching TV. So it's like life is boring, but we can't, it's like you're using maybe a person or an exciting event or some kind of circumstance to get out of your own life because you think it's boring. And I think you need to stay with this boredom a little bit, because this is kind of the way home to yourself. When you don't run away anymore, but actually stays with whatever is. Maybe you have filled your life with certain people to kind of preoccupy yourself from feeling the inner loneliness, or the inner tone vibration of maybe pain or trauma. So you're trying to fill your life with, it's a little bit like nonsense, but it can also be like addiction. We can be addicted to partners that's not really fulfilling our needs, or some kind of work that's keeping us preoccupied but not really fulfilling our lives. Okay, so the 8s here, they're kind of talking about that you need to be courageous and be able to go really deep inside your own self to find something wonderful. And it seems like you, with the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse, it's like you have lost patience with something and therefore you're letting it go. So I'm thinking with the 8s, maybe you are sacrificing something that you didn't want to sacrifice because it fulfilled your life in some part, but it also made you miserable. So it's like you have lost patience with a person or a circumstance, so you can't do it anymore. So you're letting go of it, even if you don't want to. It's like you don't want to. You wanted it to become different. You wanted this person to change, or the job to come with some new offerings to you, maybe a new career path or something, and you have waited and waited and waited, and then here you kind of lost your patience and you just let it go. So it's a freedom to this, but it's also sadness, okay? So the 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today. 2 of Pentacles we have there. And to give us a clear view reading for my dear Capricorn viewers. So I want my dear Capricorns to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. Oh, good. So it was done there. I will just tune in for a few seconds here. Okay, so my dear Capricorn, this is your future here, there, and this is your now, there, and this is your past. So in the past we have the rebel, so it might be someone that's not that helpful. Okay, a person or a situation or a society or an authority that's kind of just ruin things, okay, moment to moment, and exhaustion. Okay, so I think this is something that you have been trying to rise above. You have tried to balance this situation with someone that weren't really helpful, or it's like you did everything in your power to make this situation right, but it's like there was never enough, or the person was never satisfied, or even if you did everything so that they could love you, appreciate you, or work together with you, they didn't, okay? So you had to let them go because of this. Sometimes we're dealing with very stubborn people and they don't know what we are doing for them. So maybe sometimes they need the consequences of their own actions, and it's time for you to wave bye-bye. It can be like this. And here we have conditioning, and it's kind of the devil card. And here it shows that you have tried to hold yourself back. You have tried to condition yourself, try to become like what other people wanted you to be so you would be loved. But what you're really hiding with this kind of attitude is your true self, the real self that wants to come to surface and wants to bring good to the world. So this, when you are trying to bend your neck before something else that you think have authority over you, you're actually tainting yourself and making you to something that you are not. So when you are starting to see the injustice in certain things, it's actually very good, because then you allow yourself to become more yourself, because you're so tired of the situation. So to hell with it. You have tried everything, so it's much easier to just be yourself, your natural self. And this might actually be the answer. Yes, and here we have possibilities. So possibilities is about having choices, but also using self-control, not taking the first best, or not going into bad compromises, but actually checking out your possibilities. What is the different things that you could do in this situation? So if someone offers you something like a forgiveness, and you know that they might have said the same thing before, they have promised you like next year, or that they will improve, or you will get these chances, and they're just stringing you along like this. Now it's the time to have some self-control. Okay, so this is your past, and here we have the experience card, and it's in the reversed. So in the reverse, it means that we don't want to do unnecessary things that will cause unnecessary drama, like taking the scenic route when we are going somewhere, because we know the other route, so we don't want to take the scenic route and go lost. It's like we are holding ourselves back from really experiencing life because we don't want the hassles. It might also be like bad compromises when we agree to something that's not really in our nature, but we do it for the sake of everyone. We're doing it for the whole. And sometimes we believe we do it for the whole, but actually we are just unnecessarily compromising ourselves and someone else get the use of it. So I'm thinking you are in a partnership that's not really, it's not really fair. Some is getting benefit from this and it might not be you, or you are getting benefit from this and not giving it to the other person. So we'll see. It needs to be mutual. Yes, friendliness. This is mutual. This is when people are helping. So I'm thinking you're compromising yourself for the sake of love. You're trying to be something that you're not, so you can experience friends, but it has the element of being able to take you lost, this thing, because we are supposed to be ourselves and we are supposed to hook up with the people that actually love us for who we are and not for some kind of potential we have to be trained like monkeys, okay? But love is worth a lot, so we are prepared to bend our backs to get love. We are prepared to change ourselves to get love. At least like a little bit more than half of the population maybe, but then there's another half that are taking it for granted, this effort that you do to make them love you. They just want to see you jump to higher and higher hoops and see how much you really cares, while they are maybe not caring that much or not doing equally much like work to make this this between you two grow and become harmonious. So here we have silence. It's the Star card and it comes in reversed. So it's something that's a little bit tainted, or some person is about to lose a little bit of hope. There's maybe only one person that feels how much this other person actually means to them. Like this person means the world to them, so I'm prepared to sacrifice whatever I got. But it's a one-way street, okay? So only one person is aware of this relationship's importance, and only one person is doing the great work to get it to work. But to try to bend yourself over backwards is not going to make yourself more loved. On the contrary, you are going to come off as a false person because the other person knows that you are hiding stuff from them, and you're also going to not have the other people's respect. It's first when you respect yourself and let yourself be your natural self that you can actually also see this being reflected in the outside world. So here we have the dream in the reverse. So it's some of you is harboring like a little bit of a maybe a little bit childish dream. It's you want something to come from the outside and fix your life, and then they lived happily ever after. And if you find yourself being in love with a person, for example, or wanting a certain, like aiming towards a certain goal, you feel like this is meant to be. So the divine is going to fix it for me. And it's going to land in my lap, and then I'm going to be happy. But this is not how it works. If we want something, we kind of steer towards what we want, but in the same time, we are taking care of our own business, okay? Taking care of our own inside. It's nothing on the outside is going to make you happy. It's becoming whole on the inside that's going to make you happy. You can be married to, you know, your teenage idol and still not be happy. Like you had this big dream coming true, but also this person is a jerk, okay? Because you haven't cleaned your own inside. You haven't made your own inside worthy of habiting. And then when there's a little distortion on the outside, it's like getting too much already. Just small things not getting your way, it's making it intolerable, because it's almost intolerable already to be in your body. So what's needed here is to make your inside into a yummy, beautiful place, and then the outside doesn't really matter anymore. You can be married with your teenage idol, or you can be married with the girl down the street. It doesn't matter. You will be happy. It's nothing on the outside, like some grand thing on the outside going to fix this for you. You are going to fix this for you. with your self-love and your self-respect and you finding yourself. And it seems like there's a little bit of a tough job here because you're kind of on the brink of driving yourself crazy. Because you have done everything to be nice, and where are your reward? Okay, where are your this what you were supposed to get from being this good person and doing all these good things? And so you want a reward. You don't want this impossible people on the outside not working together with you, or putting higher and higher demands, making you jump to more and more impossible hoops to get this what you want. Well, you can get this promotion if you're also fixing this year's festival. So if you do that, then maybe we can talk. So this is just being used against you to keep you in control, and you know that this is a false situation and eventually it will crumble. So you need to start to see the reality. If a person says, well, I don't want to commit to you now, but maybe in a few years time, well, if they don't want you now, why on earth should they want you in a couple of years time? Yes, of course, sometimes people need to mature, but maybe then they need to be like out in the world maturing instead of being with you. So we need to kind of check our goals, that they are in alignment with other people's goals as well. Maybe we are in the wrong place with the wrong people, doing the wrong thing because we don't really know ourselves. And we don't really know where we are supposed to be, or where we are supposed to go. So with 8 of Swords, you can drive yourself crazy trying to suit everyone. It's like if I would listen to all comments. Now you're really having beautiful comments, so I'm not going to complain. It's but if I just trying to paint a picture here, if someone would say to me, for example, you need to talk with a higher voice, and the next is saying you need to talk with a lower voice, and I'm trying to talk with a higher and lower voice. I want this to be done in this way, and the other person says I want it to be done in this way. To meet all these demands would drive a person crazy, and it's like what you are trying to do here. So one person wants you to wear that raincoat, but because it makes your eyes pop out because of the beautiful blue color, and the next says, well, don't go with me on town if you're going to use that raincoat, even if it rains, because it looks ridiculous. Okay, so you can't make people happy. You need to pick out in the wardrobe what makes you happy. You need to schedule your day accordingly what makes you happy. Of course, we always take in consideration other people's feelings or their needs as well. If we are going to cook dinner together with our best friends, we are not cooking like some kind of fish if we know that she hates fish, okay? Okay, so you need to see it's somewhere where you are doing your own thing without stepping on another person on the toes. Okay, you don't have to be childish, like now I'm going to make my friend eat fish because I want to be myself. Or it's more like I wear this raincoat no matter what anyone else thinks, because it rains and it makes me feel good to have this raincoat. So it's more like this. So in the future, it seems like you have compromised yourself for some kind of authority in your life, or something that you have put as an authority in your life. This person can decide if I am worthy or not worthy, if I am worthy of love or not worthy of love. If they love me, I can love myself. If they toss me away, my life is over. So you have given an awful lot of authority to the outside. It doesn't have to be one person. It can be a group of people as well. My family, if they don't approve, I can't be together with you. I'm sorry, it's over. Mommy said no. So it can be a different variety of things here, but it's like peer pressure. You want to be loved, but no matter what you do, you are not becoming happy, because nothing of this is the answer. To try to change yourself to suit people. Okay, and here we have the now, and here we have playfulness. So playfulness is Page of Wands. So it's like wanting adventure in your life. You want to have people calling you. So you don't want to upset them. You don't want them to think that you are spoiled or selfish. So of course we want to give our friends and loved ones a positive experience of being with us. That's a given. But when it goes like over from a balance point of being a good person to hysterically trying to make them love you, even if everything is it's proven that they don't, or that they don't appreciate what you do, or they just get more and more spoiled with your love and pampering and this beautiful energy that you provide them with. But we'll see where it goes. It might be here you try to make other people happy, but here you have understand that this is just driving you crazy, so now you want to make yourself happy. Yes, it seems like. Here you have 6 of Wands, so that's Jupiter in Leo. It's the symbol of like Jupiter is a happy planet, it's expansion, it's making everything bigger, and Leo, it's a person that kind of loves themselves and appreciate themselves. It's not the truth really right now for what I have seen with Leo, but we are all going through different things, but this is like feeling like you're royalty, feeling like you're the victorious one. So when you follow your soul's road here, when you actually align with yourself and decide that the things I want, the things I love, the person that I am is good enough, okay? It's what it's supposed to be. You kind of relax into becoming your own being instead of being ruled by others. It seems very happy anyway, like you have found something inside yourself that is worth exploring and actually making you feel glorious, okay? So we'll see where it goes with that. Some of you might be in love also, but mainly it seems like it's like you're falling in love with yourself. Some might be in love with like a Leo kind of person or a fire person. Here we have comparison, and it's the 5 of Swords, and this is the game that you play when you try to be like other people, so you will be worth loving. But there's no difference between the oak tree or the bamboo. They have all their values, okay? So the bamboo has certain qualities and the oak tree have certain qualities, and both are needed. If we had only bamboo, there would be no oak trees. So with only oak trees, there will be no bamboo. So we need diversity. We don't need just like thousands, millions of the same thing. We need a uniqueness. We need like everyone has their niche, their place to be, their glorious expression in the creation, okay? So we are not supposed to be like pieces of Lego and fit together perfectly, and we are supposed to be a diversity of things. And here we have victory, like in a way win-win situation. This is more victory in other people's back, so we'll see where it goes. Suppression, okay. So I'm thinking like this, that you get really tired of other people and how they are like having difficult demands on you. So here you are going from being very, very like feeling very happy and deciding that I don't care about other people. But then it becomes like a battle with other people, like your thing are right or their thing are right. It doesn't have to be like that their thing are right or your thing are right. It can be that they are doing their unique thing that's working for them, and you need to do your unique thing that's working for you. And if your paths cross, fine, and if they don't, they don't, okay? You don't have to make other people conform to you or you to conform to them. We all have our unique path. And here with the suppression here, it's like holding things back. Might be anger that you hold back, or feelings of wanting to revenge, or it can be that if you have given everything to a person and they never appreciate you, when you actually get some like self-respect back, you might start feel resentment towards these people, but it's not really their fault that you tried to bend yourself over backwards to fit them. you need to take responsibility for your own actions together with other people. Yes, we can feel resentment, but it's more healthy if you see that you allow them to do this, and now you are not allowing them to do this. So it's just a shift. You're just shifting. And sometimes being a little bit angry like this is very healthy, because it takes you out of those situations where you are kind of being a little bit of a slave. And this is what we see with the Hangman, New Vision in reversed. It's saying that you are taking yourself out of this situation where you kind of were a little bit enslaved. You needed to bend your neck or do things to be able to be included, and now you don't care. It's this aggression here is actually kind of healthy, because it's above this slave kind of situation. So you're becoming like a roaring tiger here that says, well, my way or the highway, or lion. So I'm thinking that you are in a process where you're strengthening yourself, and you're starting to learn to say yes and no. You're starting to accept yourself more and more. You also accept yourself when you don't like things. You don't have to be always so darn polite. You can tell, no, I don't like it. And it's a freedom to this, and it's also a strength to this, and you're freeing yourself. It's like you're taking yourself out of prison. And you're not going to let people, just because you love them, you don't have to be like them. And just because you love them, you don't have to follow their rules. Okay, they are supposed to love you for who you are, and you are supposed to love them for who they are. So it's a lot of acceptance that needs to happen here after this burst of energy that kind of shows that no, hell no, I'm not going to be one in the crowd anymore. I'm going to do my own thing, okay? So if your partner doesn't appreciate you, you might just stop trying and maybe figure out that I am worthy of something better, okay? I'm worthy of someone that truly loves me for me and that does respect me. So it's like a little bit of a revolution happening here, but it comes out of your self-belief and self-respect, and it might make you take you into a conflict with other people, but it's probably just temporary. It's a freedom fight. It won't last forever, okay? And here we have the future. So we have intensity in the reverse. So that's a Knight of Wands. And we have only fire in this row. So some of you might be dealing with a fire person, a Knight of Wands, or that's Sagittarius or Leo or Aries. But it might be just this that you don't want to conform anymore. So you're kind of going against the crowd. You're doing your own thing. You don't care anymore if someone doesn't like what you're doing or doesn't approve. You're trying to find yourself, okay? So you don't have time to conform anymore. Yes. And here we have patience in the reversed. So you have lost patience with things. It's still love there. So I'm thinking you still love someone, or someone still loves you. It's not the problem. The problem is this conformity. It's this that you need to do certain things to be worthy of love. So this is might be people that seems like they don't care, but they just don't want to be put in a certain like have a certain role in your life. They want to be themselves. They don't want to be like this role that you want them to play, and it can be the same the other way around. So for some of you, you might be waiting for someone to change, and then you kind of accept that they will never change. So if you want something, you need to create it yourself. So here we have maturity is the Ace of Pentacles in the reversed, and it's like you drop the ball on someone. You have tried so hard, you have tried everything, and then no, it's no idea. I can't do this because this person isn't helping. They are just driving me crazy here, and I want something better. I want something that's I know I'm worthy of. So you might have like something that are very valuable to you, but yet anyway you let it go because it's like the truth is telling you that it's a no-go. You have seen this because you have tried so hard and the person doesn't help, or the situation doesn't come to fruition. So you just, okay, this dream needs to die here and now. I can't do anything more. I have done everything in my power to make this happen, and it doesn't happen. And I don't have it in me because I've lost my patience. And I can't suppress myself anymore. So I'm dropping the ball. If this situation is going to be come into confrontation, someone else needs to take responsibility. Divine needs to show you that you do belong together with this person, or that this future is really for you, or your boss needs to tell you, yes, okay, I don't want you to leave, I raise your salary, yes, you will get your promotion. Or your wife needs to say, well, I can't, I do want to work together with you. We can fix this. So it's not up to you anymore. You're dropping the ball. And here we have ordinariness, and it's in the reverse. So you're not going to help anymore. You're not going to try to fix it. If someone doesn't think that you are good enough, okay, so you're out. If someone thinks that you are not like marriage material, okay, then you're out. So you are not going to invest anymore in this situation because it hasn't given you what you want. It only gave you like nightmares and difficult situations. So problems. Okay, and here we have Four of Wands. That is participation. So it actually shows that now suddenly you come home to yourself. This is the card of self-love. This is when you align with yourself. And when you love yourself, align with yourself, take care of yourself, respect yourself, also other people will do all those things for you. So it's like you sacrifice something and you land in yourself. Suddenly you realize that you have grown up. You have outgrown those situations where you needed to have approval from your mother or your father to do something. Now it's you that's the authority. So you have kind of grown up to an adult that can take their own decision of what's good and what's bad in the world, and what you want and what you don't want, and if it's worth fighting for or it's not worth fighting for. You don't have to look on the outside anymore for confirmation. You just need to look inside your own heart. And sometimes the heart still wants what I see. It's still love with this family situation or this endeavor. You still love it, but you might need to hold on and not show so much of this right now because you have already done too much. It's like what I'm feeling. And for you cross watchers, this might go the other way. So it might be like Capricorn that didn't do what they should have done, and maybe they left you jumping through hoops to prove that you were belong together or you were equipped for this situation. So it can go both ways. It's just we are yin and yang, and this is two people or two situations completing each other. And why it's like this? It's because if they would have just met your needs, you would have stayed like a little bird that needed be fed by your mother and father. And now instead you are pushed out from the nest and you need to learn to fly. And you kind of do this deliberately because mommy and daddy bird was getting on your nerves, okay? So I will read a center card for you. Comparison, 5 of Swords. See what's going on here. Okay. Whoever told you that the bamboo is more beautiful than the oak, or the oak more valuable than the bamboo? Do you think the oak wishes it had a hollow trunk like this bamboo? Does the bamboo feel jealous of the oak because it's bigger and its leaves change color in the fall? The very idea of the two comparing themselves to each other seems ridiculous, but we humans seem to find this habit very hard to break. Let's face it, there is always going to be somebody who is more beautiful, more talented, stronger, more intelligent, and apparently happier than you are. And conversely, there will always be those who are less than you in all these ways. The way to find out who you are is not by comparing yourself with others, but looking to see whether you are fulfilling your own potential in the best way you know how. Comparison brings inferiority, superiority. When you don't compare, all inferiority and all superiority disappears. Then you are simply there. A small bush or a big tall tree, it doesn't matter, you are yourself. You are needed. A grass leaf is needed as much as the biggest star. Without the grass leaf, existence will be less than it is. This sounds of the cuckoo is needed as much as any Buddha. The world will be less rich if this cuckoo disappears. Just look around, all is needed and everything fits together. It is an organic unity. Nobody's higher, nobody's lower, nobody's superior, nobody inferior. Everybody is incomparably unique. It's like the small ones, like the bees. If they go extinct, we will have a hard time pollinating the trees and the different fruits and vegetables. So we will have to pollinate them ourselves. And who's to say that a bee is less worth than a human in that comparison, if the bee can give us all food? So we need to stop comparing and just realize that everyone is needed. And if we take one out of the equation, the whole pyramid will collapse, okay? So we're all needed in our unique way. We don't have to be like someone that we admire. We can just admire them and know also that every time you admire someone, it's usually you're admiring a skill or a personality trait that is dormant in yourself. And why you're admiring it, it's because this is the next step. This is what you are supposed to develop now. For example, if you admire someone for the great sense of humor, you're supposed to let your humor free. Even if it's awkward in the beginning and you're saying lousy jokes, eventually you will be good at it. And you have let this soul part of you free again. Okay, I will take the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle to see what's going on for my dear Capricorn viewers. So there it is. Lady of Lasha descends. 35. This is a very beautiful card. So, how hard you have been working. You have accomplished so much by your own efforts. So you are on a path to me, a path that at times seems difficult and perhaps even dangerous. Yet in order to reach me, you are willing to take the journey. You have shown your commitment, your refusal to turn back even when much is asked of you. I see some of the perils that lie before you, and I see that it's not necessary for you to endure them. So I come to you. No longer do you need to seek. I bring to you what you have been seeking. The path before you, leading you towards the destination you desire, lies in wait. You may continue upon your current path of pursuit, if you so choose. It is, however, not necessarily going to become easier to continue that journey. At times, it may seem even more difficult, as though the path is becoming steeper, more strenuous as you begin to ascend to the mountaintop, requiring even more effort from you. So you have reached a point in your journey where you must let go. It's like the let go card in the beginning there. Do not fear that you have to give up your quest. The Divine Mother wishes to give you what you have been seeking. She has compassion for your plight and wishes to become a bridge between your human methods of endurance and effort by greeting you as a friend with a heart full of merciful grace, bearing gentle comfort and a special gift. But you have to be willing to stop driving, to stop pushing. You have to give up trying to take, to force, to make your journey happen. What you have been seeking is coming to you. There is no need to go out searching or striving anymore. You have proven yourself. Now it is time to trust and become receptive to what life has in store for you, knowing that the Divine Mother has acknowledged your desire and affirmed her intention to deliver it to you. It is time to shift gears from pursuit to receptivity. Don't unintentionally push away your desire by chasing after it too hard. Let go. Trust in the magnetism of your heart. Allow what you want to be attracted to you. This oracle indicates a healing of issue of trust, or of trusting you are being heard and acknowledged, and of being able to receive what you truly want. It was very beautiful, kind of wrapped all the reading together. I love the Wild Kuan Yin oracle. It's always doing me this very favor. Your reading will come much shorter than the other readings, and it's probably because you have already gotten it. This what's happening here, you already kind of know the answers within yourself. So it's just a confirmation to you of what you already knew. Or sometimes it just is that you have to focus on one thing. There can't be so much distortion. You need to focus, this is the most important issue at hand, and this is what you need to accomplish now. Drop the ball, let go of, if you have tried to make someone love you, for example, and they never seem to start to do this, let them go. By letting them go, they might start to see what they are missing. Okay, so it seems like it's ending very good there. This might even be a love relationship. We have this here, and it's also confirmed here. It's just that you need to let it go and leave some space for things to, like, maybe a person just needs to see your value in their life by you not being there anymore. Okay, you are saying to boss, I'm going to take a year off because I'm going to go to school. And then finally they realize, or you might even realize that in the time when they realize they want you to be still with them and maybe have this career, you have realized that you wanted something else. So by letting go, you might even get into a bigger dream, something you couldn't even see it for your inner picture. Okay, so I hope this helped. I want you to take really good care, and I welcome you back to my mid-month May reading that I will be performing in the beginning of May. Okay,